Hey guys, and welcome back. So today is another audio commentary, which is filmed because we're up in our game this year, can you tell? So I'm sure you've seen that I have released another song. It's called Away with the Fairies. This is past me though, so I don't know what the response has been like because the song's not even out. I'm still waiting to see the music video. So let me know if you like it. That would be amazing. So in these videos, just tell you a little bit about how the song came to be, how it came from here to your ears. All right. So let me tell you a little bit about the writing of the song. So I wrote this song with Paul Statham, who has written with, humble brag, Dido and Kylie Minogue and Sophie Ellis Baxter. So the bar, very high. He's a lovely guy. He lives in the south of London. It sounded like I was about to dox him. Don't worry, I'm not. He lives in the south of London, which at the time was quite the trek for me. It was about an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes to get to him, but well worth it because we worked really, really well together. We wrote multiple songs for the album, actually. A few songs that didn't make the album, but I still love with all my heart. And I think that's because, we got on really well. So very sweet. We got in. He made me coffee. Hazelnut coffee, by the way, which changed my life at the time. Don't know if you've ever tried it, but you can actually buy it and it's class. Okay, moving on from the coffee. Go down to his little basement, which is his studio. Obviously chat the ear of each other because it's me and that's apparently what I do in sessions. But I believe it's very important because when you get to know the person, your guard's down, and it kind of needed to be on this song because it's about my drinking problem. But it's kind of more so about the song itself is a bit more in the carefree, I'm away with the fairies, everything's a bit magical. When you are drunk, everything's a bit amazing. So we just sat down and I chose to write a different way than I have done in the past, but it's one of my favourite ways to write, and that is by getting them to just loop some chords around, and if I'm not vibing, I'm like, no, that's not that. And just go through they just play some stuff, and eventually got to this and I was like, that's cool. I've got these lyrics in my book, which was an idea that I had for a long time, just trying to write a nice little booze song for the book. But what he played was so whimsical that I actually didn't have that, the lyrics for the song. They weren't there. It wasn't a poem. It was nothing like that. So it was a fresh idea on the day. So no poems to reference here. But I loved it. So just wrote the verse. It was a very fast session, by the way. These things kind of are. Wrote the verse really quick. And then I do that really awkward thing where I just sit in my brain for about 10 minutes and come up with the lyrics and melody. And then after I've come up with the first bit of a verse, I'll be like, right, listen to this and tell me if it's terrible. And sometimes people are like, yeah, that's... And we just chuck it and I work on something else. But he was happy, so that was I was happy, so I kept going, wrote the second bit of the verse. Chorus was a funny one. It's not something I do very often because usually I would ask the person with the knowledge of chords to find me a chord that would suit a chorus that might spark something. But for this one, I was just like, da 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 da. He's like, oh, and it all worked. So that was a very fun one. I do like doing that. The song literally wrote itself. I can't really tell you too much about it. It's that thing that I know a lot of songwriters talk about where there's just a big river going, a big river of ideas, and then you just pluck these little nuggets and you just write them out. So the song never changed from the day it was written. Lyrically, all the same. It's all the same. So, and sonically, I don't recall it being that different, to be honest. So it was really fun. Working with Paul is always really great. So it went from there to, I never know how I feel. I think I've said this a million times on these, but I never know how I feel about a song after I've written it, which, by the way, annoys everybody because when they're like, what's the song like? And I'm like, me, I don't know. I wrote a song. There's nothing to go off there. So I didn't really think that much of it. I don't know. And then my phone kind of blared up a wee bit from the people that had heard it, and they're like, oh, I really love this. This is amazing. This is so cool. And I'm like, okay. I think people get something from it that I don't get. Maybe it's because I know what it's really about and it's a bit of a weird one. I don't know, but I'm really glad that people like it. So I can't fault that. And if people love this song, then that is super, super fun. Took it to Jonathan. Jonathan loved it as well, which was great. If you don't know Jonathan Cornby is producing the album. Produced the album. And he digged it. It was kind of just came to be when I was in Dublin in Westland Studios, because we had a harp player in, Florine, I think her name was. Either way, she's a beautiful harp player, half French, half Irish. I don't know, gorgeous. And she played these like, it was like pixie dust coming out of the harp, and I was like, oh, it's perfect. And it just kind of happened. We Mando mic, but bouzouki mic on it as well, and like it was just amazing. And also we had Brian Fleming, who was playing the borin, he was playing on it as well, so that was really cool. That was like the Dublin section, so like it just started having its identity that was beautiful. And then when I got back to London, I called Nick, who's a double bass player, because it lacked a little something, and it was the dark element of it, because everything at the minute sounded quite fairies and beautiful, and I love that, but it needed a bit of grit, because if you know the meaning of the song by now, it needs that grrr element. And I remembered from June I Lied to You, we got some bow double bass in that, and I remember being like, that's a big belly sound. I want that big belly sound on this song. So Nick came in, graced us with his presence, and obviously smashed it. So the song then had this lovely juxtaposition of darkness, but also like fairiness, which just so perfectly fitted the lyrics of the track as well. So I don't really know how else to explain it. It just kind of had its own thing going on, because I know it's often when people go, what influenced the song? What kind of things were you listening to at the time? I wasn't listening to anything like this at all. It just was what it was. And like lyrically it was super fun. Whoop, I just kicked my water over. Lyrically it was super fun to work on, because I wanted everything to be a bit below the surface, because I know a lot of people think of me as like this cute little pixie from Ireland. Ooh, cute. That's obviously not fully the case. There is a lot of darkness that's gone on in my life, and I thought that this song was like the perfect excuse to play on that as well. So like a lot of the lyrics are double entendres for either drinking or being hungover. So there's that Into the Black one that nobody's picked up on yet, but Into the Black means into the Guinness, because we say like into the black stuff being Guinness. I'm in Ribbons Again is an obvious one if you're especially from Dublin. It just means you're hungover. There's a bottle of Ghosts, you're hungover. 2 sheets to the wind, you're getting drunk. But some people say it's 3 sheets to the wind. Either way, it's the same thing. So the whole thing is, kind of hidden. But I wanted it to sound like I was an Irish little pixie going on an adventure and everything's great. And even Moonbeam is a mixture of moonshine and Jim Beam together, and the Banshee is a fairy from Ireland that it's quite of a weird one. It's a fairy that will wail at your door if somebody that you love or somebody that means a lot to you or very dear to you is going to die. And that sounds bizarre, but the amount of people that swear in Ireland that they've heard the cry of the Banshee, incredible. Like, I'm not going to name names because they'll be like, why would you out me like that? But I know a lot of people are like, oh, when my dad died that night, I heard the Banshee cry outside my house. And I was like, oh, spoopy. Okay. So it's a thing. So I loved just playing with, those juxtaposing like fairies but also having the darkness, you know? I love it. I love that, because I think that really sums me up as a person. Like, I'm into dark stuff. I listen to true crime podcasts every night before I go to bed. But I'm a happy mofo. Like, I carry myself like every day is the best day ever, most of the time. So I feel like this song, maybe that's why the song makes no sense to me, because it's me in a song. I've solved it. I've solved the riddle, my guys. But I don't know. I love it, and I think you will too. So if you haven't at this point been sold enough to go check it out or buy it or anything like that, it really would mean a lot. Like, I say it in every one of them, but I'm just one gal out here trying to keep her head afloat in the music industry as an independent artist as well. It's a hard ball to play, so every sale genuinely counts. Funny, I was doing a live stream the other day, and anytime somebody bought a CD or an album or a book, I was able to see that somebody had bought a CD or an album or a book. Like, it's very direct. There's no, like, I don't know, massive global company here running the show. It's me and a very small team, so yeah, if you could just put dinner on my table, that'd be sick, but no pressure. Or just share it, share it, stream it, all that stuff. It would really mean a lot. And yeah, I hope you're loving it, and let me know in the comments below what you think of it. So I'm gonna go live my best fairy life, guys. So I hope you're having a lovely day. So bye, my song.